Hey, everybody, welcome in. We
That was a
are
harsh
going to
cut.
talk a little bit about sports, okay? Hey, listen here. It's week 4 in the NFL. It's week 5 in the college football. Well, hell, it's week 6 college football, actually. I
Where
lied
did it
right
all
to you.
go?
What is going on? Hey, we're right here in the mix of this all, right? We're going to talk about some top 10 in the college football. We're going to go into the Heisman talk. I want to talk about some Heisman guys. There's about 4 or 5 guys really separating themselves from everything. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the transfer portal and redshirting yourself. The fuck? We ain't doing. We'll talk about that, and then we'll wrap it up a little bit of NFL talk, and we'll talk about our teams and what the outlook looks like this week. As a Thursday night football game is playing right now, as we're a little late on recording this week. Sorry for
Yes, sir.
that's on me.
Texas State,
Hey.
baby.
That's on me. But hey, welcome in everybody. Jordan, how are you doing? I'll go with you since you had the victorious weekend.
Hey,
How you doing, boss?
I'm feeling good. Feeling good. I think I called it right down the line with that game. Outside of that, feeling good. It was a good weekend. I think all encompassed. I think it was a pretty good weekend. Not a whole lot to complain about, obviously. Penn State came out on top on a game that is special to this podcast, at least 2/3 of it.
Damn right.
But yeah, it was a good weekend. A lot of good football, a lot of good games too. That started out not so good. The Georgia-Alabama game was fantastic. So, a lot to talk about. Some outstanding players coming out of the week as well. Some coming out of left field. Some younger gentlemen stepping up, and some smaller schools putting up numbers as well. So it was a good week, man. Good stuff.
I love it. I love it. Hey, we're starting it off great. Daniel, motherfucking Gallagher, how you doing, boss? You all right? You look upset.
Terrible. It was a terrible
What's
weekend.
wrong? What's wrong?
I feel like we're living in two different realities.
Wow. Whoa. I got to be the
No,
mediator.
you know what?
What's
You know
happening?
what? It was not a bad weekend. Started out great. The particular game, we're watching Illinois, obviously playing Penn State. Looked good coming out, and then I don't know what happened. They imploded. Penalties and defense. So that was disheartening. Bears won. Still unsure on them. So cautiously optimistic on some growth there. But the Georgia-Alabama game was exciting. I mean, overall, there was good football. Just I feel like, the right teams didn't win sometimes.
You'll have that, right? You'll have it. That's why football's so damn awesome, right? That's why we love it.
Zach, what about you? How you feeling?
Shit. I don't even know, man. It's whatever. It's Thursday already. Week's flying by. We got football already on. I don't even know. I forgot about last weekend. Notre Dame played football, and they did great the first 2 quarters. They looked amazing. Had some good turnovers. They executed. Love to see it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm doing okay. Can't complain too bad. My teams are doing good. We got to win over the Steelers. The Colts did, so that was great. But AR went down.
Big win, man.
Yeah,
Holy
huge
cow.
win because those undefeated Steelers came in our house and they thought they were going to roll, and that was not the case. Because we'll get to it, but Joey Flacco.
Hey.
Oh my God, what a pickup. We talked about it, and I told you guys that was going to be the biggest pickup we had all year. So, damn straight, we love to see that. And then we had a little loss in our youth football league, man. First loss of the year, so those kids are pretty upset. So we're trying to get their emotions running higher and get them fired up. They played pretty lackluster. Yeah, it was humbling, but maybe that'll be a turning point. Only one loss, we still can get to a championship game, so we'll be there.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, not too great, not too bad either. So here we are.
All right,
we're digging it. Let's hop into top 10 college football. New number 1 again. Here we go. Right. Alabama, Georgia played football this weekend. If you guys did not catch that game, I really don't think you're a football fan because that was a badass game, regardless of the team you're rooting for. Holy cow. Alabama number 1. You guys agree with this right now?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Yes,
all right.
Yes. Like I think I've told you, Alabama was never in my, 1A, 1B, 1C conversation, but I think they answered a lot of questions. Right. Or not. I don't even want to say concerns. There's still 4, but I think that's appropriate for the beatdown you put down on them for the first, quarter, first half, if you will. And then, I don't know, just showing how strong Alabama can be and all the talent that they do have. Like that's what it is. It's Alabama football. There are a lot of concerns with the new coach, but he's showing that the talent's still there. You know what I mean?
Damn right.
They got some young talent too, which is crazy, which we'll get into. But yeah, and I think Alabama being number 1's okay. And like I said, you could just interchange all 4 of those teams, I think, now. So
Yeah.
Georgia's still a solid team. They're going to be in the SEC championship, I would assume, but we'll see what happens at the end of the year.
I like it. Dan, do you have any objections of the old Alabama roll Crimson Tide up there at number 1?
Not necessarily. Like I said, I mean, I know they beat a good Georgia. Well, what everybody thought was a good Georgia team. They made them look not great. If you would have kept Texas number 1, I also wouldn't have been argued. You know what I mean? That's one of those ones where, because they, they didn't play as impressive of a team or win as impressively, but they also didn't win. So nothing changed for them, right? So to drop them down, keep them there, either or, I think would have been all right. So, I mean, yeah, it doesn't shock me. I mean, again, we've seen some teams that have jumped up. I know we talked about it. I don't remember if it was even on here, just in general. Sometimes you can get an overreaction. A team beats somebody, they jump up 15 spots, and then, that team they beat just, that we react to like the in the now. I don't think this was one of those, right? So they did what they had to do to deserve a jump up. It's just, again, you could keep me satisfied either way, keeping Texas 1, them 2, or vice versa.
Yeah. Hey,
I do want to point out, Coach's poll does have Texas at 1, and the AP has Alabama at 1. So that there is a little bit of difference there.
Yeah, and Georgia, I never understood the AP versus the coaches. It's just different voters, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
exactly.
So generally,
Associated Press versus the actual coaches.
I got you. Well, hey, Texas is obviously a good team either way. Like you said, you got 1A, 1B, and 1C even. I think they're painting a really big picture here in this top 10 that they released. That, hey, the top 5 teams are your superior. This is your elite. This is your they're most likely not going to lose unless they play each other. Obviously, someone's going to lose. But then you got your 6, Oregon, 7, Penn State, 8, Miami, 9, Missouri, and 10, Michigan. So you got those stretch of 5 teams where it's like they could probably lose this weekend or that weekend. Like you're on the fence, right? I think they're painting a great picture, and I love that. And let's go down to number 11 and 12 down here. USC at number 11 and 12 at Ole Miss. I don't know. Ole Miss, I know getting beat. They were number 6 team in the nation. They got beat, and they dropped down 6 points or 6 spots to 12. Do you guys agree with that, Jordan?
No, I don't. I think you can't put them below Michigan or USC with also 1 loss. They're a solid team. They've proven they beat the brakes off of everybody else. I mean, don't get me wrong. But you lose, you should drop. But 6 points is kind of, you know what I mean? I know it was an unranked team as well, but still, I think
But that
Ole Miss
Kentucky team held Georgia to like 14 points and had them beat 3/4 of 4. So like it's not like a shitty team. It's an SEC team that any given Sunday they say in the NFL. But I don't know. Yeah, I agree with you as well. I don't think 6 points. I think they can drop down there by Miami and Missouri, 8-9 maybe, but not underneath Michigan and USC. That's pretty wild to me.
No way.
Dan, you got any thoughts on that, bud?
Oh, go ahead.
I just wanted to kind of touch back to real quick to what you're talking about with the top 5. I would actually kind of argue that Georgia's kind of a team that with the rest of their schedule has risk if they play like they did against Alabama. They got to play Tennessee and Texas.
Yeah.
There's a good chance that they're out of the top 5 if they play like that against those 2 teams for sure, because you can't play like you did against Alabama against Tennessee and Texas and expect to come out of both of those with a win. You'd be lucky if you come out of both of them with only 1 loss. Right. So I would say they're on of the top 5. They might be on shakier ground than potentially somebody in that second group of 5. But for the Ole Miss, again, I would say, it's tricky because you have a couple of 1-loss teams just in the top 25 in general, right? And then you have some that are undefeated that are lower than those, and I know it comes down to strength of schedule or whatever, but I'm kind of a big believer too. Like, these schools only have so much control over some of their schedule, right? Like if I'm in this conference, like I can't control it, but if I'm going out and I'm putting the W's up and I'm winning convincingly, that's what should matter. To some degree, more sometimes than it does.
Yeah, and sometimes the schedule gets put out like 4 or 5 years ahead in advance. So like honestly,
and you don't know that a program's going to fall apart.
Yeah,
and so,
you can't predict that.
And so while I, like I said, I kind of struggle there, but I don't know that Ole Miss, again, that's a pretty hard drop for just 1 loss when we've seen other teams lose, right, to either non-ranked teams or whatever, and they've only dropped maybe 2 spots, a spot,
Yeah.
Because they talk about, the who else they beat. Kind of like Jordan said, but everybody else they beat has been convincingly. I just don't know that Ole Miss maybe got quite the same courtesy extended to them in this week's ranking.
Well, the beauty of the SEC is they got plenty of time to prove it.
Yeah, all you gotta do is win, right? You just gotta win games, and you'll be right there. And they will. Lane Kiffin won't have them guys slouching for too long. I mean, that's probably one of the bigger trap games. With Kentucky obviously coming off. Hey, we put up some points against Georgia. They had confidence. They're going in. It was a perfect setup for a top 10 team to go down. So it did. It happened, and they'll bounce back just fine.
For sure.
Let's go a little further down into the top 25. Dan, your Illinois Fighting Alumni. They only dropped 5 points, or I said only, but they dropped 5 points. I think if they would have framed the first 3 quarters, they would only drop down maybe 2 or 3. But they really unraveled in the fourth quarter. I think that's what dropped them down to 24. But still in the top 25, Dan, with a lot of football left to play, buddy. I don't think you should be too upset.
No, looking at their schedule, I mean, they've got Michigan and Oregon still are probably their 2 biggest challenges coming up in terms of, dangers to lose. But like next week, they play Purdue. I think they have a good chance to rebound and bounce back against Purdue. And their ranking, like I said, I knew they would drop. I was really hoping they wouldn't drop out of the top 25, only because with them not being an annual, ranking team or powerhouse team, if you will. Sometimes teams like that, they give them the benefit of the doubt until they lose, then they kind of just cast them aside. Where I struggle a little bit is I know that they're putting up a lot of points, 77 in one game and, 52, 42. But I struggle with IU jumping them because IU, they haven't played anybody. They haven't played anybody.
I know, but they're undefeated. And they're in the Big Ten.
But then you've got other teams with like losses ahead of IU who also, you could argue, have played equally, quote unquote, nobody. Like I said, the bottom part of it doesn't make a lot of sense either.
I think 15 and down, honestly. Once you got, even 14, Notre Dame, it's kind of rock, paper, scissors, I think it's kind of thrown in there in the copy and paste situation. So I don't think you can read too far into it. The only thing that you can really read into, which I want to talk to Jordan about this, is this number 7 Penn State, the first test of the year versus Illinois this past weekend, and they passed. They didn't pass like by flying colors or anything, but they passed, and they moved up 2.
I have to argue they did pass with flying colors. I'm gonna be honest with you.
They look good for you? Okay.
Oh yeah. No, I would say obviously a tale of 2 halves, but that's been them the entire season so far. Is like, first half, the game is what it is. It comes out to be what it is. And then they go into the half and they always come out every single week. They have held every opponent with under 100 yards, total yards, offense, like across the board. So it's whatever adjustments are being made at halftime. You see, a 14-point win over Illinois, but that doesn't paint the actual picture.
No, yeah, you had to watch the game. So, if you watched the game, you understood.
So, like, watching the game, you're like, oh, shit, right? And then but when you take a step back and you actually look at it quarter by quarter and how it actually progressed, and the ending stats, for example, you're like, holy shit, okay, that wasn't necessarily a 14-point game. There were some missed field goals. The key turnover with Altmaier happened that I mentioned the week prior.
Yeah. Turnovers will lose a game. And saying that many times.
They won. We get Kim.
But honestly, I would honestly, and that in my top 10, I kind of wrote down as the games ended on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I put 7 Oregon and Penn State 6. I mean, granted, it doesn't really mean anything in hindsight.
Yeah.
It's still top 10, but I don't, because obviously that's a ranked opponent at home. You guys haven't really played anybody other than that, and Oregon hasn't played anybody at all. So it's like, all right, here we go. I think those 2 could have swapped and been fine
for sure.
But going into Happy Valley on a Saturday night, 7:30, whiteout, Illinois still didn't do a terrible job of facing that big of a test.
They did fine about the first quarter and a half, and then between penalties and then just defensive miscues, they fell apart.
Yep. I mean, they had net 34 rushing yards for the game, right?
Yeah.
So like for a team that was touted on that, it was handled. I think, it was 34 total rushing yards for Illinois, 239 for Penn State. So
they couldn't stop That was where the defensive part is. They would even see when you guys slotted Wildcat, formation, that it's just like even if they saw it coming, they lost. Their defensive line lost the battle.
The two-headed monster with Katron Allen, he ran for 100, and then Nicholas Singleton. He ran for 94. So they're both just it keeps each other fresh. That's the thing too, is it's a blessing to have those two NFL potentially running backs, right?
It's like back in the day when your Giants had, what was it, Thunder and Lightning or whatever they called it, their double
Earth, Wind, and Fire, dude.
Damn trio.
Brandon Jacobs, Ahmad Bradshaw, and I can never remember that third guy. I think it was Ward. I think is his last name. But anyways, either way, they had three rotating in through it out. That was pretty nice.
I think Penn State has one of the better defensive lines in the Big Ten. So watching that game,
I'm not trying to be a homer, but I would almost say the country. A homer. I would almost say, probably
they
top
looked
defense
fast. They looked electric, and they knew exactly what their job was to do. Like they had no second thoughts, and they had, oh my god, it was great to watch. That's Big Ten football right there. So pretty hyped about that. Miami almost loses, which obviously is why they kind of dropped one, I think, on the top 10. That was a close game. Miami, what? I thought for sure they're going to do another thing like they did last year, But hey, they came back and took care of it. Now, can we blame the refs on this? And everyone's freaking out about the refs and this call and all this shit. But
I still don't think it was a catch. I'll be honest with you. And I know I've been the homer for Miami and Cam Ward and stuff. But when you see the ball and you could see it move, right? There was one angle where you could actually see the ball move, and a hell of a play by the defense, to not give up on that. A, shouldn't have let the dude catch it in the first place. But B, to actually then try to actually fight for the ball as you're falling down. Oh, that's what an ending. Heartbreak for Virginia Tech, because that could have been a program, defining for the season. Yeah,
absolutely.
But it was a hell of a game. Such a fun game to watch.
Damn right. I think I fell asleep twice and I kept waking up and they're still not done playing.
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
Like, oh shit. What a time! What a time!
I must be a homer for them this year. I don't know why, but I was I got up and I was clapping, I was
you were dialed in, bro.
I was like, what is this, Penn State, dude? I was I don't know why, but I was invested. Dude, it was good stuff.
We need to get we need to get your wife on board and tell her to start recording this shit, because I need some video live action of Jordan getting after it.
She was like, "Oh, did they win?" I was like, "No, they didn't. It's not over yet." And I was getting in itches the whole thing.
Love that.
I haven't been that excited for a while, so it was just a good game.
I'll give it to Zach's wife. She didn't even know what was going on, but Penn State came out of town. She's boo. She has no idea. Didn't know who it was. Didn't know what was going on, but she just wanted to be involved. So
she wanted to play a good part in it. Yeah, man. She's like, my brother loves them. Okay, sure, yay. What team? What color are they?
Yeah, fantastic.
I love it. No,
but that's what happens with everything I love. It fails me.
Oh, your sister's never failed you. Come on.
No, my sister's great.
That's what I'm talking about. She is good. Other than that, I mean, really not any crazy movement. Boise State moves up 4 deservingly. They beat an undefeated Washington State team at home. We'll get to some players that are just outstanding from their squad. The BYU Cougars, the little Mormons, are kicking ass, taking names, 5-0. Look at them go, man. Watch out for them. They're kind of sneaky in the Mountain West, or not the Mountain. They're in the Big 12. What the hell? Hang on,
who's that? BYU.
Big 12, yeah, Big 12.
Yeah, they're in the Big 12.
Hey, 5-0 in the Big 12. They haven't played a lot of conference yet, but it's a good boost, good momentum.
What is going on with the Big 12, man? Iowa State sitting there at 16, also killing it this year as well.
Utah just dropped, but they're still a good ball club.
Yeah. Utah, they dropped a lot. Holy
eight
shit.
points.
That's
8
wild.
Spots. Yeah, that's crazy. Nuts. I don't know, man. But Notre Dame, I'm going to touch on them quick just because I think I was really out on the whole they're not going to make the playoff situations, because I was really obviously emotional about that loss to Northern Illinois. But looking through the schedule, they have an undefeated Army. They have an undefeated Navy. They have a USC team that looks pretty sharp. If they can win those big games, well, that's kind of crazy we're saying that big game about a military school, but hey, it's big games if they're undefeated. And I bet you they're in the top 25 if they continue to win by the time we get to them. That's going to really help us get us at least to the 12 mark to get in there. If a Notre Dame team is one loss with beating Texas A&M and whatever, I think that gets us in the spot like the last bid in there without a group of 5. So Oh, then just kind of nice to watch. They're starting to figure out. They're starting to play to their identity, right? We talked about Riley Leonard. He's not going to throw the ball down the field. He's going to run. Let's run the ball. We got 2 amazing running backs. A hell of a running back as a quarterback. Let's just use it, right? So let's continue that going and then get the defense to keep supporting us because that's all we have right now is our defense helping us out.
How about this season kind of for Notre Dame specifically, kind of shout out, by the way, I do got Notre Dame jersey on.
Gang, gang.
Like this season, their opponents for the, just what the schedule looks like, not really being what it was for who you thought was going to be good. Florida State you thought was going to be good. Georgia Tech still is kind of serves that iffy, right? Texas A&M thought was going to be probably the biggest question mark, but now it seems like the biggest question mark left is going to be USC at the end of the season, right?
Yeah, like we're banking. We're kind of USC fans all up until that game at this point.
Right.
So, yeah, it's interesting. And that's what college football brings, right? That's why we love it so much. It's unbelievable how every week can change dramatically. And we're right back in it. IU, real quick, though, 5-0. Dan tried touching on them a little bit. They're now in the rank. This is the first time IU has been ranked or undefeated 5-0 since 1967. So,
let's go,
a little
baby.
history, a little excitement. That coach, Signetti.
There you go.
Is the head coach. Sorry.
I trust you. I trust whatever you said because I don't know what it is.
He is the head coach, and he's the one I was talking about with James Madison and all that, and he's in the whole press conference situation. So he's obviously got them guys buying in to whatever hell he's doing and believing, and they're believing in him and playing good ball. I can't wait for does IU play Illinois?
No, not this year.
Damn, what a ball game that would have been this year, huh? 2 bang freaking man, that would have been great.
They've got Northwestern coming up next week. Well, this week, sorry. Then Nebraska, Washington, who's not who they were before, Michigan State, and then you've got two games. One with Michigan at home, and then you go to Ohio State the following week. So they can also finish a season with a potential of two losses on the season, which is crazy for an IU squad. So that's awesome. They're leading the Big Ten right now in standings. I mean, they're sitting pretty.
Yeah, no, I'm impressed. I'm impressed for sure. That's all. I think that's all I got for top 10 wise. Let's hop into. I know I kind of threw you guys a little curveball. We didn't talk about this pre-show, but Heisman. Let's talk a little bit about Heisman. Okay,
I got a surprise for you because I already
roll this in. Ready?
I got my top 5 already written down.
The Heisman top 4. I'm talking about 4. I think 5. There's 5 teams that are good, or 5 teams, 5 players that are damn good, right? But let's get excited. Dan, give me a Heisman favorite for you right now. Who is on your docket? Who's going to win this damn trophy? And then strike the pose.
Okay, well, I'm not going to strike the pose. And honestly,
okay.
I'll be honest with you, I haven't really even dove in or thought about that outside of that Boise State running back. I mean,
yeah,
granted, you could argue he plays for Boise State, whatever. But I mean, the guy's putting up video game, creative character numbers.
Yeah.
And you can't
it's
ignore
not hard.
that.
It's not hard. Yeah.
It doesn't, it doesn't matter who he's playing. The fact is, every team they play knows that they're going to give him the ball, and they throw everything at him, and he still just racks up 100 plus, 200 plus yards a game. So I mean, outside of him, though, I'd be honest, I just haven't looked closely enough at overall stats for a lot of players to give you what I would feel like would be an accurate answer.
Okay, I like it. Well, hey, at least you know somebody there, right? Hey, we're good, baby. I like it. Jordan, give me who's gonna be your number 1 at the end of the season. Who is it? Who's gonna strike the freaking pose, man? Host the trophy.
I'm gonna go with the dude that I picked week 1 for this, and I think I'm gonna go with Cam Ward.
All right.
You can't rattle him, man. Oh my God, you can't rattle that dude. He looks so calm just playing the game, right? Not getting worked up, calm under pressure, calm when the
seasoned vet, man.
You know what I mean? It's crazy. So I do have Cam Ward. Obviously, you can't ignore GT. I mean, he's just putting up insane numbers for the year. So yeah, I mean, I think Cam Ward hosts if they maintain. And the thing about Boise State too is I think for him to get it, they can't have 2 losses. They have to be undefeated. And that sucks because it's an individual award, but it does go usually to somebody who is putting their team in a position to win. right?
It's also hard for running backs, obviously, in the last several years to get it in general as their prominence or their role in NFL offense. I just feel like ever since the game has shifted to be more pass heavy, right?
Yeah.
Like it's been they always have a kind of a little bit of a disadvantage
I agree.
in the voting as well.
Yep.
So it's definitely an uphill climb for him compared to a quarterback or even a receiver.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. So Cam Ward, the only thing I have on him is, yeah, he looks really cool and comfortable, but the turnovers, he seems like he is kind of wild with the ball. If he can tune that back just a hair, even, I think you're right. I think he could be in the top. Another guy we got to discuss is Travis Hunter. Obviously, he gets all the social media craze. Everyone's all bowing down and blah blah blah. Right. Only thing I can give him, and that I can say with confidence, is that he's only a dog only because he's playing both sides and he's playing so many snaps of football. So many snaps.
Yeah,
of football.
That's crazy stuff.
It's insane. Granted, are these quality snaps? I don't know. They don't have great. I don't know. Colorado's not that good, but then they go into UCF and play like an actual football team and things like that. So and it's just Travis Hunter deserves the respect in a sense, mainly because of he is playing both ways and he's actually producing in both stat categories. So he deserves to be on at least 5, top 5 for sure. I think this person had a Heisman. Hello, welcome to the Heisman Trophy ceremony. At least you're going to be there. I don't know if you're going to win or not, but Jalen Milroe, watching him versus Georgia, my God, this dude. I guess I must have never seen an Alabama game last year, but this dude looks 10 times more incredible than I remember. Like, am I crazy here, Jordan, or is he just that damn good?
I think he's good. I don't know where I put him though. Stat wise is where my concern is, right? That's where I don't know if he puts up the numbers.
Yeah.
To be a Heisman Trophy winner. And I think
he's not even on.
I honestly was trying to quickly scan through like passing yards.
I'm at 50. Oh, he's at 57th in the country.
Right.
Passing.
So if the season can go on, he could show out and do everything. But like you look at first place versus what he's put up, you're almost at 1,000-yard difference, right? So and I know that's not necessarily Alabama football. I get it. I think he's a stud, but I don't think he's going to be there number wise. But I think he wins you games, right? Which is great.
And I think that's where he gets that boost from, especially. He's just hard to stop. He's 10 tutties, 1 interception for the year, and just under 1,000 yards of passing.
Right.
At 964. Rushing right now so far this year, he's at 52 attempts rushing, which is pretty lot. That's a damn lot. That's like running back numbers almost at this point. 273 yards, 5.3 a carry, and 8 touchdowns rushing with his legs. So obviously he favors that more than the passing game. But also when he's throwing the ball, he's 62 for 85 and only 1 interception. So I like looking at that category there. Is he taking care of the football? And if you do that when you're playing in Alabama, especially when you go against like Georgia's and Texas, you got to take care of that ball. So that's I think probably why he's in there, just because he's a gamer. I would say. So you have a dual gamer, an Iron Man. You got a gamer, you got a Madden character, and you got like the most calm and steady surgeon. That's what I'm going to call it.
Crazy.
No, Ashton Genty, I think at the end of the year, he hosts that trophy. He's going to get after it and get it done. Because I think Boise State's going to make a good run to the playoffs and maybe even win a playoff game, which would be awesome to watch. Get back to those old 2006 days, 2011 days.
Yeah,
get the Fiesta Bowl champs all day. So that'd be cool to see.
So if I run through my top 5, the way that I have it currently.
Yeah, let's hear it. Ranking.
Cam Ward, Ashton Genty. I've got Jackson Dart in there. Trey Harris, 2 Ole Miss boys in there. Trey Harris, receiver from Ole Miss. And then rounding out 5, I've got Caleb Johnson.
That's the Iowa running back?
The Iowa running back.
He's damn
and at
good
6,
too.
I would put Travis Hunter, only because of what he's doing, right? The amount of snaps he's playing. he's still 5th overall in receiving yards. You know what I mean? So, and I think that's bananas to be playing both sides of the ball. That's absolutely crazy. But
yeah, especially at this level.
Yeah, man, exactly. So that's my top 5. I feel pretty confident about it as long as, if they maintain, you can, switch them in and out.
Yeah.
I know Ole Miss winning doesn't help the Jackson Dart argument, but Trey Harris almost has 1,000. He's 804 yards on receiving for the year, which is crazy. He's 6'3". He's an NFL receiver, which is going to be nice. So if he maintains and they keep doing that, that's going to be also a big one too. But again, I don't know. GT's looking really, really good. He maintains and keeps doing these video game numbers. He'll be up there. There's no reason you can't put him up there.
Keyword maintain, right?
Yeah.
Dan brought up last running back to win the Heisman Trophy was Derrick Henry in 2015.
Right.
And his numbers were 339 attempts, 1,986 yards rushing, and 23 tuds. So obviously that's a hell of a step. That's a Heisman winner right there. So that's kind of like where you need to be looking at, Genty, right? You need to continue producing and continue carrying the load of your whole team. Now, granted, Christian McCaffrey did carry the whole load of his whole team at Stanford, and that his senior year there, or junior year, I think, when he was up for the Heisman Trophy, and still did not get it, lost out. But so you have to, like Jordan said, you have to be in the front runner of the best teams in the country, and you have to continue to win ball games.
Yeah.
You can't be on a Ball State putting up 400 yards rushing a game, like
right, and then losing, right? So that's part of it too. But also here, to your point with Jalen Milroe, I think with him specifically, he'll get you into the playoffs and get you deep in a playoff run, maybe in a national championship. But I don't think he's the person who's putting up numbers, and that's by design. You know what I mean? I don't think they got so much talent all over the place.
Yeah, they don't need him to be that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like it. I'm just glad this week I didn't see any Shedeur Sanders. Get him out the fucking Heisman. He's not a Heisman winning quarterback. Get the fuck out of here. I hate that shit.
I can't get on board with him being.
I'm sorry. I think Deion Sanders is a great athlete. I think he's doing good things for young men and whatever. That's great. I still don't think his kid deserves a freaking win Heisman just because of fame. That's all it is, honestly.
He's been sacked the most in the league, by the way.
Yeah, 17. And listen to his press conferences. Listen to how he talks about his
Yeah.
teammates. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not in on that. So
I bought out too. I'm glad I didn't see any of that this week. So that makes me happy. Love that. Well, now we're talking about players kind of individually. Let's talk about standout players of the week. Daniel, do you have a standout player of the week for this past weekend?
Yeah, I would have to go to the receiver from Alabama, Williams. 6 receptions, 177 yards.
Jeez.
Came in pretty clutch for them. Is that the
child?
I'd like to point out that he's a minor and he's 17 years old.
Yeah. And so which makes the performance all the more impressive. Obviously, his impact on that game and that outcome can't really be understated enough. So I'd have to go with him, I think. I mean, and there was plenty of people across several games that you could go with that put up pretty impressive stat numbers, especially receiving, but I'm going to have to give it to him.
He was born in 2007. How old do you feel right now?
We graduated that year.
Yeah, dude. Oh, shit. Good for them.
You graduated, and that guy's born, and he's out here just dubbing.
I mean, if he would have caught us in 2007, we probably could have given him a run for his money, but whatever.
Yeah, he didn't want to see, 6'5" Jordan out there. I'll tell you what. You don't want to see him.
He's just lucky we're a couple of old men now.
That's right. Yeah, I like it. No, I like that. That's a great pick, Dan. Good observation there. I like that. I like that young kid balling out at that high of a level. Like, holy cow, you're at Alabama University, the most prestigious award-winning university, in college football.
Yep.
And you're out here just making it look like you're playing high school kids again. Like that last play, like, holy shit.
Crazy
man.
Shit.
Woo! Can't wait to see what the next couple years look like for him. Jordan, I know Dan kind of, I think, stole your little guy there. I know you kind of foreshadowing there a little bit in the beginning, but I know you got more. What do you got?
Yeah. So he did take my third one that I have written down. So I'm going to go with the sophomore, Kent State, Krishan McCray, dude. 5 receptions, 188 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's a 37.6 reception per reception average. Just crazy. Just bananas that the fact that 5 reception, you almost 200 yards. That's That's like a buddy of mine who plays as USC in our college football video game.
Yeah.
And he does that shit all the time with a receiver, just go routes, right? That's what it feels like here. So
you talking about Justin?
Yeah, he's got 99 speed dude out there on the outside.
Yeah,
it's
I
annoying as
remember
hell.
anytime we'd play with him, there'd be some random TCU receiver.
Yeah,
with
but
3,000 yards receiving or something.
But another young guy. He's a sophomore from Kent State, right? So shout out Kent State, another smaller school, which is huge numbers for that. So yeah, that's who I got it.
Hell yeah, dude. Hey, I love that, dude. Let's obviously we jumped in a little in the beginning in the intro there about transfers and stuff. Do you think that kid kind of looks at other avenues down the road here now that he's having some big standout games?
Do you mean like the Krishan McCray? Maybe. He could. I Kent State. We'll see. You got to maintain. You can have a big game against a school like that, but we'll have to see. I don't know. I just don't know.
Yeah, it's
tough.
I
mean, the transfer portal, and it is what it is now. People will go snatch up whoever they need to snatch up. I wonder who Notre Dame's quarterback's going to be next year.
CJ Carr, come on, you know
that. I swear. Oh, okay. Pump the brakes. Let's do it. News came out. Deuce Knight.
Fuck you. I'm just kidding. I'm not that worried about it. He sounds like a douche.
I disagree. I think it's a big loss. I think he's an athlete, and I think that's going to suck. But you have young guys in there. Hopefully they can perform, right?
But what are we talking about, right? I mean, I know you would like to get him in there and develop him, right? And have him be the guy for at least 3 years.
Yep.
But, I mean, hell, maybe we got that guy in CJ Carr. We just got to give him that year of development. We don't know. But you're right. Yeah. As a program, and Marcus Freeman, and you see that, other guys will start trickling away, right? Because he's one of the best quarterbacks or players in the country at his class. If he sees that Notre Dame is not fit for him, then why would other guys want to go there, right? They're going to not follow him to Auburn, but they're going to fall out a little bit. So Marcus needs to make sure he's recruiting them guys still, even though they signed, because of these days. These days, it's hard knowing.
I mean, shoot, if you, I don't want. So okay, I'm sorry for pumping the brakes. Deuce Knight, I think, is actually going to be a big loss if you're talking about the future of a program. It just gives you that security if he was to be there. Granted, he can leave any year now. That's just the way it works. I just want Notre Dame to get back into developing people, letting them start multiple years and going from there. That's just what I want to see. And if I'm going to take that and actually segue into my last standout player.
That's fine with me.
His name is Chandler Morris from North Texas. He had a win over Tulsa, 52-20. Man went for 22 for 34 for 439 yards with 5 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. Jeez. Holy shit, what a game. So it's funny. I mentioned he's a junior, and it just made me think, small school, balling out for a little bit. Hopefully Notre Dame doesn't get wind of it. And that's kind of where I was segueing. I was like, leave the man alone. Let him stay at North Texas. Don't even get any ideas. Let's not do that. Get CJ Carr in there next year and run the table. But I just, he's 5th currently in total yards, but he does have a interception problem. He's got 6 on the season, but he went nuts last week against Tulsa. So just my last shout out.
Shout out. I like it. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I'm trying to look for something, and this ESPN is probably one of the worst sites ever. Like, this is this is ass. Like, I can't even maneuver around here.
You've been a busy man, so I know you got a lot of prep that you weren't able to do.
Work's been kicking my ass. But who's this Chandler Morris kid?
Chandler Morris, dude.
North Texas.
Yeah, 1,643 yards for the season so far, man. He's out there killing it.
This fucking guy. Good God. Look at him go. 5 tutties last week.
He struggled against Texas Tech, which is the only game that they lost. But granted, that's the only real team they've actually played.
Yeah.
And he threw 3 interceptions in that game. So 3 interceptions, they come from 2 games. That's the other ones are 0, right? 3 touchdowns week 1, 2 touchdowns week 4, 5 touchdowns week 5. So
so you got to control the ball a little bit.
Yeah.
Good for him. Hey,
crazy man.
Hey, here we go. Young guys at some smaller teams. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I can get behind that. Now, let's talk a little bit about. We kind of touched on transfer portal, but let's talk about it. Let's get into it just a little deeper and have an understanding. Okay, I had to look it up because I couldn't believe that this is actually the rule, right? After 2018, they allowing football players to compete up to 4 games without having a season count towards them. Freaking games they can play before they go, you know what, I'm redshirting. We saw it last week with the Notre Dame cornerback. He decided he's redshirting. He was in the crowd cheering his old team on. He can't play the rest of the year, but he's going to go to another team in the transfer portal. So I don't know. I don't understand why the fuck would you go through camp, go through all the hell, play a few games. You had one good thing. I mean, this isn't life is not TikTok, okay? You're not going to have one viral video and then all of a sudden, holy fuck, you're a millionaire. Well, I can't say that because that's actually wrong. Like
that does happen.
That's exactly how that fucking happens. But this is real life, right? This is football. This is different. You don't just, I don't know. It just looks so bad on these young kids doing this shit. If you committed to a team, you need to be a man and commit to the fucking team, and that's just my thing. If you say I'm coming here, Deuce Knight, I'm coming here. I'm committed to your program. Now, granted, you didn't sign any letter of intent probably yet. Or, hell, I don't even know if you can. I'm sure you can sign letter of intent and still leave. Obviously, it doesn't matter anymore. But if you sit there and spend all that time and effort, and all these coaches spent time and effort on you, and you walk around like you're the biggest asset in the world and you haven't stepped foot on a fucking college football field yet, that bothers me. That bothers me.
What
do you got, Jordan?
Transfer portal in itself isn't bad, but welcome to the world of NIL. That's impacted
all this. They have to figure out a way.
That's impacted a lot of stuff because you used to. I mean, you could want to transfer, put yourself in the portal all you want, but now there's people going to teams that you're kind of like, that's a head scratcher. But if they're offering these young kids, who knows what? I look back to me at 17, 18, like, you wave the right thing in front of me, your money in front of me, like that can cloud decision making and judgment. I think that's taken the transfer portal from something that you could see some positive stuff happen from, and added a little bit of a negative shine to it.
Yeah, it turned into the Wild Wild West, and they didn't have any regulations with it. They're like, oh, hey, you can now make money on name, image, likeness, as in deals with companies and people using your face and selling jerseys. Now you get kickbacks and stuff for that, etc. But now it went from that to finally we're allowed to, on paper, give these guys money, and then Ohio State goes out and spends $20 million on a roster legally. Now you're not going to get in trouble. Boosters are setting up money for this. Like, I'm all for everyone getting paid. Like, hell yeah, get paid. But there has to be rules and regulations on this, because if you don't do that, you go from a program to a shit ass school the next year.
I want to agree with. Yeah, I want to agree with you guys. But you sound like a couple of old heads right now, right?
Huh?
And I do agree with you in the fact that there needs to get like some polish on the actual NIL and everything involved in it, right? But I don't know, man. I'm all for people getting their bag. I'm all for people, if you wanted, for example, you work, we're just going to talk average Joe people. We actually go through the interview process. We take a job. We know how much we're going to get before we say, yes, I'm going to work here and I'm going to do this. And these are my tasks. These are my responsibilities. And like, this is what we are promising. I don't want to say promise. This is what we're going to try to do for you in the next 3 to 4 years, right? Which is ultimately what they're getting fed, right? So if you were like, I don't like where this is progressing, right? I don't like the amount of work that I've all of a sudden gotten. Work is different in their aspect because obviously, work is what they want. They want to play. They want to put stats.
I'm following you.
But so in this case, it's, oh, hey, we have another guy who actually came in this year. We can't promise you what we promised you last year because we had another recruit come in that is, whatever. And granted, go win the job, right? That's part of it too. Practice, go win the job, perform, do all that stuff. But not everything's going to work out the way that it was A, promised, and B, that you thought it was going to. And that's just a way of life. That's everybody's problem. But the fact that these dudes or these gentlemen and young kids can go in and be like, you know what? This is not great. This is not a situation I want to be in. I don't agree. I can say I don't agree with the UNLV guy, the quarterback.
Yeah, that was a mess.
I don't agree with his approach where he's like, oh, we're 5-0. Give me some money. No. Right. So I don't agree with that approach. I think, hey, okay, we do well. Great. This sets me up for the next year. Just kind of like, average Joe, you do a fantastic job for a year, 9 months, 10 months, 11 months, whatever it is. Your review and your evaluation comes up and you're like, holy shit, you knocked it out of the park. Right. So here's more money. Right. That's how it works in the average Joe style of life, if you will, like the regular, just 9 to 5 bullshit. That's why you have to like take it and separate sports. And they make obviously a killing. The job and the screw job that they got before, where now it's like, okay, now everybody making money is great. But the screw job where these kids were being used for their likeness and their image and all that kind of shit, right? It was a problem. I'm glad we've gotten to a point where they're getting their money because they make so much money for those universities, right?
Oh, for sure.
So seeing it come back is great. To a point, I agree with you with commitment. What does it mean? What are we doing, right?
Yeah.
You're not showing any loyalty. But at the same time, loyalty needs to go both ways, right?
Yeah. What does that loyalty mean, right?
Yeah.
I get what you're saying though. I mean, it's tough, right? It's one of those debate questions that will never really be solved unless someone just like puts a law on it or whatever they do with it. Like, can you imagine Johnny Manziel in the NIL era? He would have been making millions.
He made a ton of money anyways.
I mean, yeah, he made money, but just not on on paper. But just that. I mean, even like you were saying, like these kids are doing amazing things for university. Only reason people would ever tune into a Texas A&M and sell that stadium out is because Johnny Football was winning games and it goes and beats Alabama. Like things like that. So kid, they're buying number freaking 2 jerseys. Everyone's wearing the sleeves that he had. Hell, our high school, those Texas A&M jerseys with the undersleeves with the numbers and shit. We ended up getting that our senior year because it was so cool. Because Johnny like just shit like that, like how it influences so many people. Like, yes, you need to get a bag. You need to get paid for that. Like, you influenced it. You made it. I get it. So I don't know.
Next, you're gonna tell me that you're happy they went away from leather helmets. I mean, do you not care about tradition?
Hey, listen.
They used to be able to hit people back in my day. You know?
With the Galloping Ghost. All right, Red Range. All right,
white shoes.
Yeah, I am a little old head, and that's why I think I went bald faster than normal because I just stress out about shit like this. But like, dude, I don't know. I get upset about the commitment, but I like what you said about the loyalty. Like, it needs to go both ways, right?
Yeah.
I'm giving you everything, and you guys are, oh, hey, we got another 5-star recruit that wants to come here. Guess what? And you're going to be on the bench.
I mean, that could work in our case, from job to job, right? Like, hey, we brought in somebody who's more experienced and has more to offer than you currently do. So we can't give you that manager or leadership spot that we thought we were going to be able to give you because we got lucky, per se, right? That's just what it is.
Yep. That's why college football is going to continue to grow as well. So
yeah,
it's
exactly.
going to be more of an asset for everyone to enjoy and love. So, yeehaw!
The biggest thing I like is the fact that from year to year you can choose where you're going to play. You don't lose a year of eligibility because you're like, I want to transfer to somebody else. That I do agree with. NIL aside, I think that's a huge bonus for those kids because you get 4 years, maybe not if you get injured. You know what I mean? Granted, you can get there's a guy from Miami who's got like I don't know, fucking 9 years in college.
Right. Well, I think
we'll start with that guy from Oregon who's like 30 something.
Yeah. We'll see a lot less of that. I think obviously because we're right on the outskirts of this. I think it's like last year of the COVID year affecting these guys. So you'll get a lot less of that
for sure.
But still, I don't like that either. That's another topic for debate if we had time. But just the old guys out there just freaking living it.
You old heads.
What started this for me is that I saw something on Twitter, and I don't know how real it is, but it said that DJU might have a 6th year of eligibility, and he might be able to sit out the rest of his Florida State season and be able to go to another school next year. I'm like, just fucking hang it up, dude. Just you're done. But how do you tell someone to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like Tua.
Look at
It's
Tua.
like the Tua.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's just like that. So
that's a
whatever.
little different.
That's
a little different. That guy's a medical issue. Like hey, these are concerns for your brain, right?
Have we heard from Tua? Like, has anybody seen anything about him?
Take his time. Maybe walk him around the fields. You know what I mean? Take him out in the park, walk him, make sure he's okay. I think for DJ,
bring a boot bag just in case.
For DJU though, I think that it sucks he's doing so poorly at Florida State, right? And he's just not performing. So if you are going to get another shot, hopefully that's the case, and you can go somewhere else and maybe perform to get yourself a job, wherever else, whatever. If football is the thing that you want to do, and you can move to a lesser competition, maybe that's what he needs, right? So, I don't know. I'm all for it.
Hell yeah! All right, let's talk about the schedule real quick. There's not a lot of games. Let's do a little transition here. Okay, week number 6, college football. Here we go. Right now we got teams playing. Obviously, it's Thursday night. Yeah. I think Dan said something earlier about this is the last day of not having or I think it was the 2nd. October 2nd was the last day of not having football on for like 55 days straight, which is wild.
I don't understand.
That's insane.
I can't comprehend how that's a thing.
You sound like an old head. Just fucking.
There's so many games going. Like, I don't know how you've scheduled, because I'm not used to a Wednesday night game or a Tuesday night game.
The MAC always used to play like sometimes the MAC used to play Tuesday.
That's
like it was random. Like it was like at 6:30 on a Tuesday. Like what the fuck is
That's
going
smart
on?
too, though, man. I love
just
that.
Get a game in there and whatever. But let's move over to Friday because we have a top 25. Well, 2 top 25 matchups on Friday. Hey, Oregon Ducks, you might get a welcome to the Big Ten here with a little sneak attack. Last time that someone was number 6 playing at home, they got beat. Michigan State, can they go and beat Oregon at Oregon on Friday night?
No, they can't, dude.
No, they can't. Man.
No, there's no fucking way.
What do you mean, dude? Michigan State travel's great. They're going to have a great time. I don't even know what the record is. I'm just gassing them up. Like, they're 3-2. Come on, dude. Here we go.
No, dude. No. They bring 3-2. 16-10 against FAU. 27-24 against Maryland. 40-0 against Prairie View. And then they lost to Boston College, and then of course got walloped by Ohio State.
Prairie View, isn't that like the best team in Michigan high school? I'm just kidding. I have no fucking idea what that's
playing high school teams out here in Michigan State.
They get little prep up games and they still lose. All right, obviously Oregon's going to take care of business here. I just like to set the stage a little bit, but
hey, if there's one thing we've been though on this program, it's wrong. So
yeah, that's how we do it.
I mean, we'll come back here next week and be like, so Michigan State beats Oregon. We're like,
fuck. Well, I remember the BYU game. I texted you guys. I'm like, "Yay, watch out, man! 10:30, the Mormons get wild." I text you next day. I'm like, "What the fuck?" Not only did they win, they dominated. Like it was insane.
Just like when you said, Notre Dame's going to lose, and then a few minutes later they had the game.
We're a very emotional group. I like it. Not a lot of reasonableness out of us, but
Barkley's a dog, and then he costs him.
Oh yeah,
it's his pants. Hey,
oh man,
I just need to have cameras on me at all times. I say some ignorant shit. Let's go into Saturday. Big noon kickoff. I think is no.
It might be.
I think it's no.
Big noon. Yeah, big noon kickoff.
Was it?
It's on Fox.
Penn State. Yeah. Penn State, UCLA. Hey, Big Ten game, right? UCLA. Yeah. They got their shit beat out of them by IU at home.
They've got nothing but the shit beat out of them.
You ain't going to Happy Valley and expecting to come out with a win there. Number 7, Penn State's going to take care of business there.
And IU put the brakes. They knocked the brakes off of UCLA. So I just hope that continues. Yeah, man. So
holy cow,
UCLA is not who they were.
Yeah. So Dan, looking at this, I mean, I'm chewing through this thing. What game stands out to you, and how do you foresee the outcome?
I mean, the main one I think that jumps out to me for this upcoming week would probably be Missouri and Texas A&M.
Okay.
And I know it's at Kyle Field in College Station, but I'm gonna have to lean towards Missouri. They've been doing pretty well this season, and I feel like they're holding steady. They're keeping their place in the top 10. Texas A&M has been a little up and down. I mean, granted, I know they only have one loss, but just I guess the consistency of their wins has been a little up and down.
This might blow your mind. Texas A&M is favored in that game.
Really?
2.5 points.
Maybe because it's
literally just home
home
field advantage. Yeah,
Yeah.
It has to be home field. That's all.
That's
Because
I don't know if noon at Kyle Field is the same as
7:30 versus
Kyle
Notre Dame.
Field. Yeah. But anyways.
No, I mean I kind of follow Dan though. I
Mhm.
like that because I mean Missouri,
pick.
yeah, they're playing good football, and this is the SEC game, conference game going on. So I mean anything could happen here, but no, I think Missouri can handle that.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I mean, hell, Notre Dame went in there and took care of business, and they're not that great. I think Missouri's a better football team than the Fighting Irish are, so hopefully they can get in there and get after it. But also, Notre Dame fan, let's go Texas A&M, man. Hey, win that top 10 game and show the world that we beat you because we're so good. Yeah. Okay.
That does nothing but help Notre Dame in that case.
Might as well cheer for it. Jordan, what game stands out to you, big guy?
That's my upset of the week, to be honest with you.
Right there?
No, not that one. This one is
okay,
this one I got for you right now, and it's another Big Ten game. But I think I don't know why, because Iowa is super sneaky, like with their shit.
You
right?
little bitch. Yeah, you're gonna do it.
I think if they can run the ball and keep that up, man, Iowa does some sneaky weird shit like that all the time.
Hey,
so
Iowa
I think
football,
they go
run the ball, run the clock, control the game.
Yep.
Don't let that explosive offense go.
I think that one gets sneaky.
This is the first actual team they have to play for Ohio State, and Iowa's not a bad football club. Like they're good.
No, yeah, they can run the ball, and they've proven that. So
and they got defense.
And they're coming off a bye week. They didn't play last week, so fresh legs. Granted, Ohio State
going down.
Yeah, Ohio State, took care of business at Michigan State, but maybe that's a benefit. They're fresh. They're confident. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But that's my other game to look out for is that game. There's not a ton of other good ones, to be honest with you.
There's some good non-ranked shit, like here and there, like how Army and Tulsa. Keep your eyes on that one. Army's undefeated. Tulsa's not a bad football team, man. You got to watch
support
out.
the troops,
Yeah,
absolutely
exactly.
Support the troops. I mean, that's honestly all you need to say about that.
Yeah.
Also, a 3:30 game for the Ohio State game, so that's like an odd time too. Like everyone's kind of confused a little bit. I think they're going to overlook Iowa. They're looking at here we go, next rankings, and then oh shit, boys, we're down by 22 points, and then they have the ball in the fourth quarter.
It'd be shocking if Iowa can score 22.
Hey, if they can turn the ball over, they got the defense to get that turnovers.
Iowa has scored 31, 38, 20, and 40. Thank you.
Yeah, so Dan, suck it. Love you, bye.
It's just the sentiment of their offense. I don't know why you had to go there. Now I'm embarrassed.
Let me tell you about Let me tell you about a program, a TV program that is probably upset about the game they booked a while ago, and that's the Clemson Florida State 7:00 on ESPN. Right?
Yep.
Like they're probably not too happy about that choice now. I mean, granted,
I wish they had flex scheduling.
Yeah, trust me, I'm gonna watch it because it is what it is.
I'm not. You know what game I'm watching at 7:00?
James Madison, UL Monroe.
No, you're watching number 21 Boise State at home wearing the orange and blue, baby.
Yeah,
and they're playing the Utah State, fucking whatever the fucking mascot is. I cannot wait to watch them win another one at home.
Yeah, you are going to watch that one. I looked over that 100%.
People can't even say I'm not a Boise State fan because I like golf bags, Boise State, like I'm decked out. Like
I remember seeing that. It caught me off guard.
You're like, what the fuck? Like, dude, no, I've been a fan for a while. Ever since they won that Fiesta Bowl, and then that old boy fucking proposed to his wife.
Well, it's just every time I see you, you'll have like a Notre Dame shirt on, but then it's just you got this random Boise State golf bag. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, he's got Notre Dame jersey on, but then underneath there's like this bright blue.
Go Broncos.
Boise State, yeah.
Bronco Nation, let's hear you.
That's fantastic.
God damn it. No, that's great though. All right, yeah, 7:00. Poor ESPN. They thought they had a banger, and then guess what? You fucked up.
They get Miami and Cal after that though. So I guess at 10:30.
Hey, Notre Dame fan says, "Hey, beat Clemson. Let's go. Come on."
I don't know.
Do anything, though.
No, Florida State's too far gone.
Some big teams on the road though this weekend. Number 4 Tennessee on the road going to Arkansas. Conference match up there. Number 10 Michigan going to Washington. What a hike that's going to be. That's on 7:30. That might be a nice little watch just because we'll see how jet lag they have. And number 11 USC coming all the way back this way to Minnesota. 7:30. What's the temperature gonna be like? 7:30 in Minnesota.
On Saturday, it's actually supposed to be. It's been
59 degrees at night.
It's been warm in the daytimes. Like they're up still in the 70s and 80s, but I think it's a lot like it is here.
Let's transfer it over here to the weatherman Dan. Dan, can you give us an update on the 7:30 on Saturday for the USC Minnesota game, please?
We're getting a barometric pressure reading in the lows.
Low, not too very high. I like that.
So I can tell you it's about 71 is what it looks at for Saturday in Minnesota.
Can you look at the times? 7:30 is going to be 71 degrees.
It says 71 at 7 and 67 at 8 p.m. So peg it somewhere in between there. 68, 69?
69. All right. No, well, that's not that cold then. I thought it was going to be like one of them, like it's been this last couple weeks in the
We're
morning.
not there yet. You'll get there.
Shit.
Yeah, let's say they're calling for the 80s pretty much all week that following week. So they're still in a little bit of a warm trend.
Whatever.
But they're a lot like Indiana where you wake up one day and the switch has been flipped and it's like you go from 80 to
that was
30.
Was that Wednesday morning? Holy shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, I did not pre-start the car. I should have. Damn it.
Yeah.
Damn.
But that's it. Like, honestly, guys, this schedule is not too hot this week. But
this is a week where people do end up getting caught up, right? So these are trap games. These are a ton of trap games for everybody.
Yeah. Week 8 is going to be the week that everyone's going to lose their mind. That's when Texas plays Tennessee. That's when a lot of the big 5, 6 ranked schools are going to be playing.
I thought that was is that? I thought it was. No, that's next week, man. That's week 7.
Well, look at week 8.
No way. Get out of town. Week 8 because
number 1 Alabama playing number 4 Tennessee, number 5 Georgia playing number 2 Texas, number 8 Miami going to Louisville.
You're not kidding.
Michigan playing Illinois, USC, Maryland, Notre Dame, Georgia Tech. But hey, the week 7 though, I mean, we can forecast this bitch all day. That's still some good matchups though. I mean, SEC, we're in conference play now, so they're gonna start beating the shit out of each other here, boys. Notre Dame at home versus Stanford next week. Let's go, a little ride.
Oh, I mean, yeah, man. I don't want to look too far ahead, but
there's some
good weeks coming up. Holy shit!
If you guys wanted to know,
they maintain.
Sunset on Saturday in Minnesota is going to be 6:44 p.m. We're looking at a waxing crescent for the moon phase.
Thank you.
The real feel will be around 50 degrees in the overnight hours.
Very nice.
Dude, hey, by the way, you pointing out what kind of moon it's going to be. Shout out to Agatha all along. I know for my Marvel nerds out there, thank you. That show was fantastic. God, dude, so good.
I'm an episode behind, but yeah, it's been interesting so far.
So it's not sports related.
It's weird seeing Kitty Foreman in there.
Oh shit!
You guys are wild. I love it. We're recording late, so Thursday night games going on right now. Third quarter. Guess who's winning? Fucking Baker Mayfield, dude. I'm so excited to see him do well. I'm a Baker fan at this point. Like, I just like seeing him do shit, man. Good for him. Good stuff.
How's he doing? I'm gonna check box score real quick.
Mike Evans has 2 tutties, regardless. So
he's 13 for 16, 129 yards, 3 touchdowns.
That's winning football, baby. Come on.
I mean, taking care of the ball.
Let's go, Bake.
Cousins, 26 for 36, 315, and 2 touchdowns. Okay.
Yeah, I have him on fantasy as long as Drake London. So, gang. So let's speak a little bit of fantasy. We haven't talked about fantasy this year, but how's you guys' fantasy doing? You guys doing all right?
Dan, you doing fantasy this year?
Yeah. Doing. I'm 2-2, so I started out 0-2, and now
gang.
Now I'm on a 2-game win streak. That was hampered significantly early on by some not great week 1 performances by a lot of my key players.
Yeah,
yikes, dude.
I love it. Like my biggest pickup so far in fantasy, guys. I'm gonna let you guys know this right now. Mr. Ford, Jerome Ford from Cleveland, dude. What the hell? This kid's a freaking rocket. He's been scoring points all over the place. He's been a good little backup for me. Appreciate him.
Jerome, you said Jerome Ford?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. He's a little stud. Yeah. Until Chubb comes back. Yeah.
When's Chubb coming back? Like week 7?
I don't know, but he's probably should take his time.
Let's talk about Christian McCaffrey. What in the fuck, buddy?
Too bad, man.
Hopefully
Can we put Patrick Mahomes on the fucking cover of Madden so he can get busted up?
Wasn't he? He already was with him and Brady.
Yeah, but it was him and Brady. You know, him is a goat luck.
Yeah.
Listen, this is bullshit. And now supposedly it's both legs he has tendonitis in, and he's just, God damn, he's not going to play down this year, and it's just going to hurt me because first round, first pick, Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
that's tough. It's just fun to watch him play, which sucks.
God, he's such a good football player.
Yeah. But
damn it. All right, whatever. Let's jump over to the NFL here. Week 5, we are getting pumped up about it because we're starting to get into you suck or you're pretty good right now, because there's a lot of teams that suck, okay? And one of those teams that suck,
don't I know it?
The Dallas Cowboys.
Hey,
you suck.
Hey, I couldn't be happier. Hey,
you suck, Cowboys. You suck. Dan, do you have a you suck team? You can't be the Chicago Bears.
No, again, I don't think they suck. I think that they're just struggling to figure out their team. They got a lot of people. You got a lot of guys, especially on the offensive side, right? That you get when you got Keenan Allen healthy and out there. You've got DJ Moore. You've got Romo. You got a lot of guys that all want the ball as number ones, right? But there's only so many to go around. You got a running game that's trying to figure itself out. So they don't suck. They're going through some growing pains. But if we want to talk about you suck, I mean, where do you could take your pick. The Jaguars, you suck.
You suck.
Panthers,
you suck. But this weekend you play the Bears, and
so they really suck.
Hey, Red Rocket, Andy Dalton.
And I'm going to do this for Jordan. I'm just going to throw this out for Jordan. With the exception of Malik Neighbors, Giants, you suck.
Yeah, Giants.
100%.
What the fuck?
I told you what
Singletary I want. and Neighbors. Hell yeah, gang. I
told you what I wanted. They need to keep losing, set yourselves up for success, move on. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. I got a you suck team, and they weren't supposed to be a you suck team, but the Dolphins ended up being a you suck team, which I mean, what can you do? They kind of dealt the hand they got, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, Tua being out there is a bigger blow than you think. Mostert wasn't playing first couple weeks. Everything, once Tua went down, man, everything kind of fell apart, which sucks too. But yeah, man, there's not a ton. The Jaguars, yeah, they're terrible. I want to talk about your your Bears real quick, Dan. That NFC North, you're probably going to end up in last. Like, are you not?
I mean, they have a chance at third.
Right? Like, you look at the undefeated Vikings, the 3-1 Detroit Lions, and then the Packers. Granted, I know how you feel about them, just are who they are, right?
That's the one team that's the only team that the Bears, I mean, at the way it's sitting right now, that they have a chance of, I guess, finishing above, and that's really going to depend on a lot of things. But you know, like I said, the crazy thing is last year at one point they were still competing for the playoffs, but also going to have the first pick in the draft, which is weird to be a playoff bubble team and yet have the first overall. It's like weird things happen in the NFL. I'm just going to be I'm honestly, I'll just be happy if we see continued growth and cohesion.
Still early,
from the team. Like, even if we don't make the playoff or whatever, like, I mean, given how they performed for the majority of the last several years, like, the bar is not crazy high,
right?
But like I said, especially with the way the season started, the key for me is let's see the players continue to grow, and then let's get that. I just want the coach gone.
I think a lot of people want the coach gone, to be honest with you.
I mean, like I said, he was kind of, I don't know what the rationale, we're not obviously in the offices, was to gut the entire staff and then keep just him. Given that his record and his, his record and track record didn't have anything that would point to warranting that. So
I do want to say real quick that every team has a win. There aren't any winless teams.
Except the Jaguars. They're 0-4.
Jaguars are 0-4.
Oh, I ignored them.
Look at that.
0-4, and I just like
that's payback for the Iowa thing.
Yeah. Guys, I want to point something out here. The National Football League, the NFC.
Jaguars going to get a win this week against the Colts.
Guys, there's some leaders of these conferences that we did not picture going into 2024. The Washington Commanders sitting at 3-1. How about that? Over the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles, which normally are flipped on top. Or you go down to the NFC South. I mean, they're winning right now, the Tampa Bay Bucks. The first game, you think the New Orleans Saints is going to be the team down there. Now look at how this is flipped, right? So there's some teams that are kind of conferences are getting flipped upside down here. I like it.
Who saw the Vikings, right? I mean,
it's definitely a wild year in the NFL, but that's not a bad thing.
Even with JJ, I would not have picked the Vikings to be the top of the NFC North. You shitting me?
Exactly.
This is awesome. Football's great. Damn it. But the AFC is pretty predictable, though. Honestly, there's no really surprise teams.
Yeah, I mean,
you got the Kansas City, you got the Houston Texans, Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Buffalo Bills leading their conference. Like, I mean,
Steelers are surprising. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't see.
Well, I guess actually, you're right. With his offseason, his offseason been wild.
Baltimore winning that division handedly.
But they had a rough start. I think they're going to be fine to win NFC North.
Yeah. I mean, Derrick Henry ran for 200 some yards of whatever it was last week.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Dude, this guy's fucking insane. How's he that big, that tall, that strong, and that fast? Dusty people.
What did he run for? He ran for 199. So I was wrong by a yard.
I'm going to go that it's probably a healthy diet mixed with a good work ethic in the gym.
Oh, actually, his diet thing came out. I can't remember what it was, but they did a graphic on there, and it was a point of discussion. I don't think he's had a carb since like 2014 or some shit like that.
Well, he looks like it because he literally looks like muscle. Just run around.
He's a brick house just running around.
He doesn't have bones anymore. That's why he doesn't get hurt that much. He's fucking muscle.
A brick house with a jet engine applied to the back.
Ooh.
Dude, I'm telling you.
He's like a transformer, dude.
Yes, he might as well be Optimus.
Or what if he's a jet with bricks on the outside of it?
Oh.
Damn. He's a freak. Let's just say that. In the best way possible.
I was going to say easy. Easy killer. Well, I like it, though. Hey, NFL, we be getting after it. Hey, I got a player I want to talk about. Guys, I'm a little nervous about this, and I don't like selling my stock because we're only 4 games in. Anthony Richardson. Are you the guy? Can we count on you here in Indianapolis? Can we count on you to be the guy week in, week out? You haven't fucking completed an under route all fucking year. You overthrew Josh Downs by 15 yards. He ran a 5-yard in.
But you beat the Bears.
Goddamn, you can hit Alex Pierce 73 yards downfield while getting sacked. Good for fucking you. You get hurt every other play. Anthony Richardson, we need you, man. Joe Flacco goes out there, runs the offense efficiently. It looked like the best offense we've had in years. Last year, same thing. Richardson gets hurt. Ouch. Ooh, shit. Oh, Gardner Minshew looks like fucking Peyton Manning. What the fuck? Not Peyton Manning.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying. I'm trying to be dramatic.
I think he looks a little bit cooler than Peyton Manning because Peyton Manning didn't rock that 6 stash.
No one's cooler than the fucking sheriff, man. You better just watch your goddamn mouth right now, bud. You know what I'm saying? But no, my thing is this: Anthony Richardson. I know you're young and you and this, that, and the other. But damn it, man! I don't want to sell my stock on you, but I feel like I have really bad feelings, and I don't feel like the outcome of this is going to be a positive for Indianapolis Colts. I think we're going to be in another situation down the road in another year or so where we're looking for a fucking quarterback again. Can we just get a quarterback?
I mean, I feel like you're preaching. I want to commiserate with you, but you're talking to one guy whose team is
that's true.
Way worse off than you with a quarterback, and another person who's had, I don't know, 1-2 good quarterbacks in the history of the franchise.
Yeah, that's true. You know, I can't complain too bad. We've had great quarterbacks. It's not for a very long time.
Every franchise is going to go through some down years in quarterback, and as you mentioned, I think injuries they're plaguing him.
Because he could be good. He could do it. I really think he could. If he had a full season under his belt, being healthy, being out there with the guys, building camaraderie. But
they poorly managed his initial injury when he first went out.
Yeah.
And they were like, go in there. And the first play in, he was like, all right, run a fucking QB run.
Dive. Let's see if you're really injured. You big fucking bitch.
Joking me. My God.
It's kind of like when Derrick Rose came back from his injury and they were like, hey, we're winning in garbage time. Why don't you go drive in under the hoop? And then he got hurt again and was never the same.
I mean,
poorly mismanaging an injury or a return from an injury can
now, granted, you got to understand. Career. I don't know if you've ever seen Friday Night Lights and Booby Miles. He's begging the coach. Man, if you want to win, put Booby in, man. Maybe Richardson was hollering at coach, man. You never know.
Well, haven't you seen, what was the other movie? I can't think of it now. The other 90s football movie where the kid had the concussion, the lineman, and they're like, can't get another one.
Varsity Blues.
I mean, Tua, you think would have went back in if they would have let him?
Fucking yeah, you would have. He's like, I'm a gamer,
They
coach.
don't know,
Yeah.
sometimes you don't know any better. You need to be
you get the
protected.
competitive edge. But yeah, that's the thing is, that's the job of us coaching staff is they're supposed to be there looking out for the best
and your
interest of
future.
the team
You know,
and the player.
Joe Flacco's not the future, right? You know, you're like, oh, we can get him in there. It's like, cool. Fucking your future is the one who was out last year. You should already know.
We were winning the game by handily by that time.
Yeah.
Let him fucking sit.
Yeah, dude.
So,
not
either way.
even sit. Let him hand it off to one of the best running backs in the past 5 years.
Yeah.
So, like,
with one of the best offensive lines in the NFL currently.
Exactly. So, what are you doing?
Yeah. What are we doing, Cole?
What are you doing?
And we have 85 points scored this season, and we've given up 85 points. We're fucking zero, baby. We're
2-2 on the season. You can't overreact now.
No, we're still in it, but
hold on. Your next 3 games: scared. Jacksonville, Tennessee, Miami. All winnable.
Gang, shit, that's all we on. Hey,
that's right.
Let's go Colts, man, for the shoe.
And then the next 3 after that are Houston, Minnesota, and Buffalo. So good luck.
We're winning 6 games. The next 6 games we're winning. This is what it sounds like. With Joey Flacco, dude, come on, brother.
You might lose this week against Jacksonville.
Fuck, we haven't won in Jacksonville since Andrew Luck was our quarterback. So fucking riddle to that.
Woo! I don't know what to tell you there. Nope.
Yeah, we're fucked. Anyways, let's move off the Indianapolis Colts before I lose my mind. The Cincinnati Bengals, what is going on over there? Did he get a hold of Joey Burrow? Did he dye his hair to look like Justin Bieber? What's going on over there?
Oh, no.
I think so. Diddy was at practice saying, "Hey, Joey, looking good." He's like, "Yeah," he's standing okay.
Diddy's in jail.
No, this is before he went to jail.
Yeah, he's in jail.
You think he's in jail?
Yeah. Also, for all the stuff that he allegedly did, you should probably preface that it's alleged right now.
Allegedly. Hypothetically. Anyway, I don't know, but the Cincinnati Bengals, what's the drama with that? Like, I just don't understand. Like, you go to the Super Bowl and then you weren't even that good when you went to Super Bowl, and then you had a better team the year after the Super Bowl. I just don't understand what's going on.
I think Joe Mixon is a bigger deal than originally thought, right? So
they lost that divorce, didn't they?
Yep. And they're like, see you later. And then honestly, I don't T. Higgins ain't himself. Jamar Chase is doing Jamar Chase stuff, but I don't know, man. I don't know. They're not the same. But it's also not even the offense. It's also the defense. Defense isn't the same.
You let Jesse Bates go to fucking Atlanta. You sign him forever. That's a hometown kid down in Fort Wayne. You got to fucking sign that kid. No, I know. I don't know. It's crazy how the NFL literally one move can set you back. And as Dan knows as a Bears fan, like one move can fuck you up.
Oh, can it? It's that easy. It's just that easy.
What move?
Oh, to like moving up for Mitch Trubisky against nobody and mortgaging several future years of your franchise away.
Yeah, but you just gave away a winning quarterback.
Yeah, Trubisky, baby.
Whatever, man.
I love
Sometimes
it.
you got to think it's not the players you're making the moves on, and you got to think it's maybe the fucking front office that has been dog shit for so long. Trust me, I get it. I get it.
The Hard Knocks did not do you guys any good. I'm just letting you know. That looked like shit on your guys' part. I'm just saying. Yeah. New York Giants, they played the Seattle Seahawks. That's going to be a tough game going to Seattle, man.
Let's go. No chance. Let's go.
No chance. Get zeroed out, baby. Come on. We're trying to get a number 1 pick.
That's right, dude.
You got some shitty teams to fight with, though. Carolina, Jacksonville.
And more. Come to New York, baby. Let's go.
Right. Oh, gang. That would be a hell of a good market for him, too. What a guy. He'd run that fucking league, dude.
Telling me the league neighbors is there already? Come on.
Yeah, come on. Now, Chicago's playing at home versus Carolina. Obviously, everyone's thinking that's a cupcake game, but I think you just need to play executional football.
Yeah, they can't treat anything like a cupcake game. They got to use every opportunity to try to improve.
It's the NFL, though, too. So
that too.
Game of the week this week. Dude, there's not really... I mean, the Kansas City, New Orleans, which I don't think that would be much of a game.
Let's see here.
Steelers playing Dallas on Sunday Night Football. Houston, Buffalo will be a good 1 o'clock.
Yeah, that's probably the game of the week, my opinion, at least.
Yeah. I like to see Buffalo bounce back because I like when they're doing well. Josh Allen's a good fucking quarterback.
Get the Chiefs off of primetime.
They can't, dude. They're like the Patriots, remember? You remember them days?
And you know why? It's not even why everybody else wants them off of primetime because of Taylor Swift. It's just because I don't want to watch the Chiefs play football on
Well, yeah, that too. Like, let's get a little bit of diversity.
Dan?
I'm just glad, Mr. Have you guys seen all the shit about Mr. Collinsworth talking about Patrick Mahomes and
Jesus Christ. Yeah, he got sacked, and then they called it like, what an incredible, what an incredible
great
play. Oh my God.
What a great play by Mahomes there. Fucking Collinsworth. His son sucks too. His son is dick. Jack or whatever. He does the Notre Dame games. I just want to throw up every time I listen to Notre Dame. Fuck me. You got Jason Garrett and Jack Collinsworth. What are we doing?
You guys need to get what was it, Doug Flutie back. He was just all about Notre Dame.
Tony Dungy did a great job in the booth, man. Where'd he at? Fuck. Anyway, I don't know. This NFL week looks like shit, though. To be honest, there's like
could be another
yeah. There could be some good games. Yeah, I don't know. I am kind of interested to watch Justin Fields primetime with Pittsburgh going to Dallas. I think that'd be fun. That'd be a fun game.
Yeah, Dallas is trash though. So,
and this is the first week of bye weeks though in the NFL. So Detroit, Tennessee, Philadelphia, and the Los Angeles Chargers will not be playing football. So that's kind of interesting dynamic, right? So now you got your fantasy trying to flip flop and shit. You picked up 9 receivers and you didn't realize, oh shit, they all had the same bye week. Now you're like, what do I do? Yeah, so but it's cool to see because now it's more focused on a little bit watered down. It's not as watered down, I should say. The quality of play should be pretty good.
Oh man, fantasy's rough.
It is rough. I kind of want to give up, but my money league, I'm doing good.
I haven't won a game yet, and I left 20 points on the bench with Mooney. So
every week there's somebody that you're just like, nah. Like I've given them 2. Every time you're like, I've given them 3 weeks, they haven't done anything. You put them on the bench, never fails. They just go off. I mean, seems to be how it works.
I should get rid of Michael Pittman. See you later, bum.
What a guy. Yeah, he doesn't have a quarterback to fucking throw him underneath.
He does now. Joe Flacco, baby.
Fucking Flacco. Yeah. Speaking of quarterback, Geno Smith's leading the league in passing yards.
Right, Geno Smith. He's always been the best.
God, he's so consistent, but so underrated, baby.
Who's number 2?
Brock Purdy.
What?
Yeah.
Brock Purdy, number 2.
I saw the thing you were looking at earlier. I can't remember them all, but yeah.
Wow.
Dak Prescott, number 3. CJ Stroud.
You see how close it is, though?
Yeah, it's like
crazy.
I bet it's like that all the way through. Oh, it starts getting ignorant. It starts getting ignorant about Baker Mayfield, Matthew Stafford. Those are all close too. Jesus.
Sam Darnold, dude.
Look at Jaden Daniels taking over the old Daniel Jones, man. Well, look at Minshew taking top 15 quarterback in the league, boys. Only has 3 picks. Come on. You better watch out.
Wait, hold on. You know who's last?
Hold up.
Or not last, I'm sorry. You know who 50 is?
Mitchell Trubisky.
Trubisky. 5 yards.
Diggs is higher than him at 47.
We're in there, dude. We're fucking in there. Holy shit.
Oh.
So is Jack Fox, the punter from Detroit.
Yeah, he has 4 completions.
Let's go,
or 4 attempts, 1 completion.
Malik
only played 4 games.
Malik Neighbors is throwing a pass. He is over 1. So
yeah, he's gang. Richardson's 26, 39 for 77, completing 50 fucking % of his passes. Flip a fucking coin. 3 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Get out of here, dude. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Joe Flacco goes 16 for 26, 61% of his passes, 168 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 picks. What's up?
Do you have an early MVP candidate? Or no? Too close.
Early MVP right now for me? Dang. I don't know how you argue against Sam Darnold, man.
Huh.
Right now.
I have an argument.
Okay.
Josh Allen.
Yeah, I mean,
granted, don't get me wrong. I should be paying money to Sam Darnold right now because of
you deserve. You should be rubbing his fucking feet.
If he's your dad, he owes you money. That's child support.
That's well, yeah, you know how that works. Then you don't. The kids don't really see it. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Damn. All right, so I know why you picked Josh Allen here.
I hope so. You better have a jersey for me.
Yeah.
7 touchdowns, 0 interceptions for Josh Allen. Taking care of that. He's fumbled like 3 times, though, I'm pretty sure. Don't fucking fumble.
He's got the highest QBR.
Yeah.
So I think Josh Allen's where it's at for right now.
For me, I think it's still a little too early.
Rookie of the year, Jaden Daniels.
Oh, absolutely. Without a doubt. 10,000%.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, unless he absolutely somehow falls apart.
Right. Which happens.
I think he's got that. Yeah.
Oh, my God. Dude, we have three Colts in the top 10 of tackles. That means people just fucking run through us. Our safety is second in the NFL, tied with first at 31 tackles. I don't know if you guys understand football or not, but if it gets past the first level, it goes to the linebackers. If it gets past that, it's the safety, which normally means about 10-yard gains.
Depends on how they play, man. Maybe one safety over the top. You know?
Fuck, they can't play. We have no goddamn DBs. Got Nick Cross. Look at him go. Jesus. We need to keep playing the Bears, though. They kept giving us turnovers on purpose. That was awesome. We had like 3 interceptions by the same dude.
Trying to help people out, you know?
What the fuck is his name? Henry 2020. Houston Texans. Look at him, dude. Fucking A. All right, let's get out of here, guys. It's been a great time. We do love you every single day. We love you. We think about you. It's been great. We love you. The billions and millions and billions of views.
You know what? Are you saying that to them or to me and Jordan? Because we love you too.
I love you guys more.
You know what I was thinking about?
What do you think about?
How cool would it be if people decided to subscribe, leave a comment?
Holy shit!
Hit the like button. Even if you just want to talk shit about any three of us.
That'd be awesome.
Your opinions are dog shit, or it's terrible. I can't believe you would say this about Sam Darnold week 1. You know what I mean? I think that you could do us a big favor and just come through and hit that button. It takes one little click, not a whole ton of energy spent. We'd greatly appreciate it. Throw it out there. We love doing this. It's fun. It's a good time. Love to hear from you. So make sure
you heard
help us out.
Zach is miserable and work is killing him. And if he could do this more because you liked and subscribed, then that would you could save a life.
Save a life, saves a friend, man. You know, we used to phone a friend, but now we're saving friends. Okay.
Yeah. Do we need to make a video? I'll take pictures of Zach at work and we can make one of those sad, like the sad dogs. Yeah.
That's gonna be great. A little tear rolling down my eye. Drops on my paper.
At his desk, just like
fucking contemplating life. Hey, they were taking windows out of our office. Jordan, I just thought fucking running out there.
Oh, I heard it. Dan gave me a call today. I heard all about it.
I thought about jumping out.
He goes, "Are you driving?" And I was like, "No, they're just jackhammering the wall right behind me."
Oh no, but hey, our last video did get the most of this season so far at 30 views. 30 views is better than 0 views, guys. So hey, applause for the fans, man. You guys came through and took care of us.
And that wasn't including our Indian bot farm. That's nice.
That's right. Bring it up for the boys. All right.
I'll be honest with you. If nobody watched this, I'd still want to do it. So, hey,
dude, this is
being honest with you.
What a break during the week. Normally, it's nice on Wednesday or Tuesday. Nice little chop it up a little bit. Have a little good chat with the friends. I love it. I love it.
And I'm looking forward to next week where I'll be out traveling as a correspondent again for you guys.
Oh, boots on the ground. We're going to have fucking reporter Dan going out there to old Minnesota.
Yep. I'll be getting the vibe after that Minnesota matchup you were talking about.
Hey, we need it.
We were able to put in the budget. Put in the budget for you to travel.
Yeah, and see, that's how much we love this. We're out of pocket. We're out of pocket. Yeah, you guys just want me far away from you.
Yeah, we picked him. If you guys don't notice, Daniel has a face for radio, and it's a beautiful thing. And we love him, and we love you. And we're gonna get out of here before Dan's laptop dies. Peace out. Subscribe, comment, like. Jordan.
All that stuff. There it is.
Yeah, all that stuff. But hey, we do appreciate you guys, and continue sharing to your friends. And also, if you do click that link when I post on our Facebook group, and it directs you straight to the YouTube. But not only do you need to take a break, don't let the video play too long. Take a break, sign into your YouTube account, or make a YouTube account and subscribe to us, and we'll be happy. Because I realize if you do that, hit the link, it's not going to automatically log you into your YouTube, so you can't like or comment, do nothing. So hey, what kind of fun is that? How can you be intuitive without doing that? So hey, remember that, and just think about us when you're doing that, and me at work like this.
And we'll think about you all the time.
Yep.
My fucking raindrop, a little teardrop comes laying on my piece of paper. Oh, ink splatters.
We're in there.
Help a brother, save a brother. We love you guys. We'll see you on the next one.